Hey, Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it's not Isupk, it is not the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups out here. This is the home of the truth. We're bringing that truth out since 1969. That blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews of the Bible. And tonight is the biblical law class. I'm Officer 50 Mataza Balmar, and we're gonna be bringing out different laws that the Most High has placed upon us. These laws are meant to bring us back to our superior state. Which is on top of all these other nations. A lot of times, in our culture, we've been taught not to keep the laws. The laws have been done away with. But this class is specifically for teaching about the law and why we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments in order to receive our inheritance from the Most High. So that's what we're gonna get into tonight. But we also gonna cover who Esau is according to the scriptures and Esau's wickedness. We're going to get into this according to the Bible. For those out there who wonder why we say Esau is the devil, that Esau is the white man, we're going to prove to you biblically this evening. So if I could, we're going to start off in Genesis 25. If any viewers out there, if you have any questions, just type them in online. If we can get, we'll try to answer as many questions as we can. Genesis 25 and 22. We're going to take it back to Isaac and Rebekah. When Rebekah was pregnant with Esau and Jacob. Then we're going to take it back there, and we're going to show you through the scriptures who Esau is according to the Bible. And we're going to show all of his wickedness, because a lot of times when we say the white man is the devil, a lot of people get offended by saying that. The devil himself don't get offended, but a lot of our people do get offended. So we're going to show you why we call Esau the devil and why the Esau is the white man in the scriptures. You got that, Owen?
Okay. Genesis 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
And the children struggled together within her. Right now, it's already tell you that it's more than one child within her belly. There are 2 children in her belly, and they're struggling right now. What does it mean to struggle in this context? Like, what is a struggle? Like, if you break the scriptures down, you'll understand what was going on in Rebekah's belly is so prophetic as to what's going to be going on throughout eternity. Well, throughout this, until we take over the kingdom, and Esau is put in his right place. You see what I'm saying? Which is in the ground. So we want to see what this struggle mean. Struggle is defined a great labor, forcible effort to obtain an object or to avoid an evil. So they were struggling in the belly. They were struggling. Jacob, our forefather, he's trying to avoid an evil. What evil is this? This is his brother that's in there with him. You see what I'm saying? Esau, they're fighting. They're fighting in her belly. You understand? Probably a violent effort with contortions of the body. So pretty much, they're fighting in the womb. You see what I'm saying? They're struggling in the womb right now. And this is so heavy because this is the relationship that Jacob and Esau is going to have, until the Most High comes, and sets his kingdom up in a way, and Esau is put in his place. Another part of this scripture, which is very important, is how did a woman, and Rebekah inquired of the Lord. How does a woman inquire of the Lord nowadays? Like, do a woman go into a corner and pray and just inquire of the Lord herself? Like, how does a woman inquire of the Lord? time. Well,
She go to her husband.
she can go to her husband.
Wait to the Lord, I guess.
She can go to her husband and get clarity on the situation. You feel me? Or she can go to a priest and prophet of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Like a woman who needs understanding. Let's say in today's time a woman who comes to class. She raises her hand and she inquires of a situation and a priest and prophet answers it for. You see what I'm saying? That's how a woman inquires of the Lord this day. This does not mean that a woman, she goes off into the corner, she has a private relationship with the Most High and with Jesus, and she prays and he gives her this divine wisdom. That's not how it works. A woman inquires of the Lord by going to her husband, who would be a priest or prophet, or she comes to class and she gets counseled by a priest or prophet. Somebody hold on. How does a woman inquire of the Lord was the question. You know, this is very important to understand, you know, because this is consistent with what the Bible says our people, you know, the order that the Most High set forth for our people. You know, you have the Most High who is above Christ. You have the Christ who's above the man, and you have the man who's above his woman being over the children. You see what I'm saying? So a woman inquiring of the Lord is not taking her husband out the picture. A woman is inquiring of the Lord is either going to her husband or going to a priest and prophet, you know, of the Most High to receive an answer on something that she, you know, was struggling with. Austin, you got a question? What's your question?
How was she struggling?
It said that the children were struggling together within her. She was pregnant, and she had 2 children in her belly. And these children, one was Esau, one was Jacob. We're going to get it later in the scriptures. But what they were doing is they were fighting in the womb. You see what I'm saying? They were fighting. They were already at odds. Hey, Shalom, y'all better shoot your record. All right, to keep going, we're going to go to verse 23, Brother Bishop.
Go.
We're going to break it down real slow so that everyone understands why we say the white man is the devil and why Esau is the white man that we speak of, the white races.
Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations are in thy womb. This is very heavy right here, because right now Esau and Jacob, it's being brought out that they're in the same womb, which means they have the same mother and they have the same father. But the Most High is separating them right now. He said, 2 nations are in thy womb. Keep going, Brother Michelle.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy vow.
And 2 manner of people, meaning 2 people who are different. Two different types of people are going to be separated from thy vows. So even though Esau and Jacob are blood brothers, they come from the same mother and the same father, the Most High put a separation between Esau and Jacob. He called them 2 nations, 2 manner of people, 2 different types of people. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now, if you look at the white man right now, and if you look at the black man, everyone on the face of the earth know that the black man is stronger than the white man.
That's right.
Everyone on the face of the earth know that when it comes to athletics, when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to anything, mental fortitude, you see what I'm saying? When it comes to everything, the black man is far, far stronger than the white man. And the reason you know that is because if the white man went through half of what our forefathers and what we go through today, he'd be killing himself. The white man cannot deal with oppression. You see what I'm saying? Like during the Great Depression, during when The stock market crash, you got white people, they jumping out of buildings. They jumping off the top of roofs. You see what I'm saying? They went from making $1 million a week to making 100,000 a week. You feel me? They can't take it. They're jumping off the closest bridge. You see what I'm saying? That's because mentally they're weak. You see what I'm saying? A black man goes through hell from the time he's born to the time he dies. You see what I'm saying? But he still fights. You know, so not only athletically, but mentally, we're stronger than them. And this is according to the scripture.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. This is very, very, very important. This right here, the elder shall serve the younger. This is very important because this is a prophecy. This is a prophecy that's going to explain future events, you know, according to these scriptures. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want everyone, if you could, you know, put a star next to this right here, you know, and hold this with you if you're following along with me, you feel me? Because this is very, very important, because this is going to answer a few questions that's going to arise later on. The elder shall serve the younger, meaning, you know, it was biblical custom that the firstborn son would inherit, he would get the inheritance of his father.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In this scripture, the Most High is saying that the younger son will get the inheritance of his father. The elders will not get it. This is very, very important. So I want you to stick there, you feel me? Verse 25 of Kashuk.
That's 24 now, right?
Yeah, we'll drop down to 20. No, you can go to 24.
24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
There were twins in her womb, so she had two babies in her womb. You feel me? They were struggling. They were fighting the entire time. You see what I'm saying? They were at war. The Most High separated these two children in her belly and called them two nations. This is a recap of what we read so far. So you got two nations in her belly who were fighting. You know, she had to inquire of the Lord about this fight. You see what I'm saying? And the Most High said, there's two nations in our belly. Meaning, like, yeah, they blood brothers, but this inheritance is different. Their lineage is going to be different. You see what I'm saying? One is going to produce one manner of people, the other is going to produce another manner of people, you feel? This is what the Most High is saying. Verse 25 of Krisha.
25. And the first came out, red all over, like a hairy garment.
And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. Why is the Most High bringing this color out? Like, this is key to understanding who Esau is. And the first came out red. This is the elder who would later serve the younger. He came out red all over, like a hairy garment. What's being brought out is because when he came out red, he came out different from all the other kids. Yeah, he came out different from everyone else that was ever born. You see what I'm saying? He had a different appearance to him. Then it came out all hairy. You see what I'm saying? It came out like a beast. You know, in red. You know, Rebecca probably felt like she was giving birth to a pit bull. You feel me? Yeah, some kind of beast. You see what I'm saying? Like, she felt that way. Keep going.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called his name Esau. What does Esau mean? Anyone? What does Esau mean?
Sin?
No, not sin.
Red, man, red.
It means wasting away. You feel me? Esau means wasting away. You feel me? And the thing is like, they looked at him. They called him Esau because they looked at his complexion. They looked at how he looked and said he was wasting away. You see what I'm saying? That's why he got that name Esau. You know, the melanin or the pigmentation wasn't like no one else is on the face of the earth. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, this kid wasting away. It's Esau right here. You see what I'm saying? You know, and that's why he got his name. You know, and these scriptures, like, they're so important. They're so important because, like, right now, when you see a kid, like, if you see two parents that's darker than me, and they give birth to a kid that's white, First thing you thinking is like, that's the first thing that's gonna, when you describe this baby, that's the first thing you're gonna say. Man, that baby came out white. You see what I'm saying? Like, came out white, red, hairy all over, man, something, that's the first thing that comes to your mind because that's the first visual that you have of him. And that's why his color was brought out because he was so much different from everybody else's. You see what I'm saying? We get verse 26, Brother Sean.
26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. There's a precept to this. Anyone know what this precept is? You done? We're going to go to 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. To the Bible. You got it? You can read it.
2nd Esdras chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So Esau is the end of the world. So you got Esau coming out, he's the elder brother, and Jacob is holding his foot. You see what I'm saying? But Esau is the end of this wicked world. You see what I'm saying? But Jacob is the beginning of God's kingdom. He's the beginning of Israel's rule. You feel me? So when the white man's kingdom, like Esau is reigning right now. This is his kingdom. Directly after his kingdom, we will be reigning this earth. This will be the Most High's kingdom, and us as Israelites, we will be running. So Esau will be the end, but Israel will be the beginning of righteousness. That follows. You see what I'm saying? And that's why like these scriptures are so heavy and they're so on point because this is exactly what was taking place in the scriptures. You feel me? Remember, they was fighting first. There's always been war between the black man and the white man. You see what I'm saying? The white man has his kingdom now, but we grabbing him by the heel. We grabbing him by the heel because guess what? We going to take this kingdom.
We are next.
We on next. You see what I'm saying? And we want that. You feel me? Like that's why it takes soldiers. That's why it takes soldiers to come up in this kingdom. You can't be a weak man and serve the Most High. You feel me? You got to be a soldier and you got to be ready for warfare. You see what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing coming easy. We are at war. With Esau and his kingdom. Now, did we fight physically? No, we ain't fighting physically. This is spiritual warfare. The way we fight Esau is we stop celebrating his his holy days. We start doing the wickedness that we was doing before we knew about these scriptures. We start keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Like this is how we fight. We fight a spiritual war, not a physical one. At this point right now. But verse 27 of the show.
Okay.
You can grab it if you good too.
And his hand took the hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Yeah, his name was called Jacob. Like our forefather, his name is Jacob. His name was later changed to Israel. You see what I'm saying? And we're gonna find out what Jacob's name means later in the scripture too. Like it all ties in together. You see what I'm saying? So like just a quick summary of what we read. The quick summary of what we read, Rebecca, she's pregnant, got 2 children in her womb. You see what I'm saying? She goes and she inquires of the Lord, meaning she talked to a prophet and a priest. You see what I'm saying? And she got two different nations in her womb, and they're fighting. They're struggling right now. They're fighting one another. You see what I'm saying? She has these it's a 2 manner of people being separated from my bowels. One shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Esau is the eldest brother. Esau is the older brother. Jacob is the younger brother. So when she inquired of the Lord, she was told that the elder shall serve the younger. So the older brother is going to serve the younger, Esau being the oldest, Jacob being the youngest. That's where we're at right now. But good, we're going to get on Genesis 25 and 27, Brother Bishop.
27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, you could have never read the Bible a day in your life to know who Esau is. But when you say, who on the earth is a cunning hunter? What nation on the earth is a cunning hunter? Everyone knows that the white man is a cunning hunter. You see what I'm saying? Like, he loves going into the woods, putting paint on his face, you know, dressing up like a tree, you know, and deceiving animals. And they got little whistles. They got
Deer urine on us.
Yeah, they put deer piss on them to smell like the deer, so the deers don't run from them. They got little whistles that sound just like the animal mating. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what you call cunning. You see what I'm saying? Cunning is very like
sneaky.
It's slick. It's very deceptive and deceitful. You see what I'm saying? Like, you'll have a buck, and at the height of mating season, they got a female instrument that they can blow on that'll sound like a female is in heat or something like that. And here come that buck running to his death. That's because Esau is a cunning hunter. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's very clever with his tactics. You know, he put little things in the ground. You know, he gets a lot of he gains a lot of things dishonestly. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what being a cunning hunter is. You know. It's cunning means having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. You see what I'm saying? This is how the white man, who is the devil just means deceiver. He's very cunning, meaning he's very deceitful. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what he do. You know, keep going, Brother Bishop.
A man of the field.
A man of the field. He loved to be in the field. You see what I'm saying? Like, the white man loves to be in the field. I watched this show, no sidebar, I watched this show called Alone. And you got 10 people getting dropped into the woods with bears and cougars, wolves, and they're only person for 10, 15 miles. And they gotta survive. Of course, there was no black man out there, you see what I'm saying? A black man is not going in the woods if he don't have to. He's not being around bears, cougars, lions, if he don't have to. You see what I'm saying? But the white man, he's a cunning hunter. He loves to be in the field. You see what I'm saying? He loves these things. Like, this is what the Most High is bringing out. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
Jacob was a plain man. Like, if you call a brother right now, you're like, what's up, what you doing, you feeling? What the brother gonna say?
Chilling.
Man, I'm chilling. You feel me? Like, brothers like to lay back and chill. You know, we ain't up to too much. You know, when we got business, we gonna handle our business. But, you know, when a brother, like, we like to chill. You know, it's like we slaving, we in hell, man. When we get a break, we try and kick back, man, put our feet up. We gonna feel good. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't trying to be all in the woods, putting paint on our face and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, that's not our vibe. You see what I'm saying? The white man, he gets a vacation. He's going straight to Antarctica. He's going to
skydiving, hunting.
Yeah, skydiving. He got to do it. Chasing sharks under the ocean. You see what I'm saying? He has to do it. Black man, he get his little time off. You feel me? He want to get his beer, get his wine, get his strong, sit back and chill with his boys, man. That's all he want to do, chill with his lady. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what Jacob was doing, our forefather. You see what I'm saying? So you're clearly putting the difference. You're seeing the difference. Like the scripture said, 2 nations are in thy womb. You feel me? 2 manner of people. And this is what the Lord is bringing out. Like, these are the attributes of these people. You see what I'm saying? One, he can't rest. He got to be killing something. You see what I'm saying? You know, like, I got to hunt. You see what I'm saying? I need some blood in my mouth. You know, he gets real scary when he you know,
need a fix.
Yeah, when he He need his blood fixed, you feel me? Like if he ain't killing nothing, it's like he like fainting. You feel me? We like to chill. Like we try and kick back and take it easy, you feel me? Watch a movie or something like that. Get into the scriptures or whatnot. We like to chill. That's what we do. If I could go to verse 28, Brother Bishop.
28. And Isaac loved Esau.
And Isaac loved Esau. Why did he love Esau?
Because he did eat of his venison.
Because he did eat of his venison. Like he was a skilled hunter. You see what I'm saying? He's a cunning hunter, which means that when he went out to the field, he brought back meat. You see what I'm saying? His father loved to eat. His father loved that venison. You see what I'm saying? And he knew if Esau went out, Esau was bringing back meat. You see what I'm saying? You see a white man right now, you feel me? He'll have his truck loaded up with deer. You see what I'm saying? He's going to dress them right in the field. You know, dress them, bleed them, do everything he got to do in the field. He's coming back with meat. You see what I'm saying? Like he's not coming back empty-handed. You know, and say Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. Keep going.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
But Rebekah, she loved Jacob. Rebekah was a true sister, you feel me? She seen the crazy in Esau. You see what I'm saying? Like she seen the devil in him, you feel me? She loved her son Jacob. He'd sit back with her, you know, talk to his mother, whatnot, you know, and that's what Rebekah, she was so much of a soldier. Like she was so much of a soldier, first of all, for even inquiring of the Lord. First off, you see what I'm saying? But not only did she inquire of the Lord, you feel me? She held true to what she was told. You see what I'm saying? She understood the prophecy said that the elder shall serve the younger. You feel me? She understood this. She loved the younger. You know? Verse 29 of the show.
29. And Jacob sowed pottage.
He had that pottage is like soup. You know, Jacob used to make some stuff like that. You know, keep going.
And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
Yeah, he just came from killing. You know, he just coming down off his killing high. So he was like, it's like just like a fiend coming down off that fix. You know, he faint right now. You know, he just got finished killing. It's starting to wear down. You know, that's what he do. Verse 30 of the show.
30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage. So now he's tired. You know, he got all his meat in, but his meat ain't done. He ain't cooked his meat. You know, but Jacob at home chilling. You feel me? He forgot his stew on a open fire. You see what I'm saying? Probably smelling good. Probably got all the herbs and spices in there. You know, he comes back and it's like, I'm hungry. You see what I'm saying? And the one thing about a white man is he wants what he wants.
And that red pottage was bloody. It wasn't ready. It was bloody.
The red pottage?
Yeah.
Chicken?
It was bloody, right? You ain't never heard of it?
Red pie, that's why he described it red pie.
No.
Yeah.
Red pottage is bloody. But the thing is, who we at? The one thing about the white man is he wants what he wants when he wants it. You know, he don't want to hear, nah, you gotta wait. You see what I'm saying? He's like a beast. You know, he only acts off of instinct. When he's hungry, he has to eat. You feel me? If he don't eat or he don't get something when he wants it, people die behind that. You see what I'm saying? Like he has no compassion, and he has no discipline. You see what I'm saying? He needs it, he's going to get it. You feel me? And if he can't get it honestly, he's going to find a deceitful way of doing it. You see what I'm saying? This is what the scripture is breaking down.
With that,
one vote for sure.
oh, I ain't finished 30. With that same red pottage, for I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom.
Therefore was his name called Edom. So when you hear the word Esau, the name Esau, or the name Edom, both of these names are referring to the so-called white man of the day. You feel me? Esau and Edom. So a lot of times you'll hear people say Esau is the white man, or you'll hear being called Edomites. You feel me? These are the same people. You know, this is the same exact person, you feel me, being called by both names. Verse 31, Brother Bishop.
31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthrights.
And Jacob said, sell me this day your birthright. You see what I'm saying? Like, Jacob knows the importance of a birthright. You see what I'm saying? Like, he knows the importance of an inheritance. You see what I'm saying? And right now, all this is prophecy coming to life. That's why I said, hold your place. You know, where it say that elder shall serve the younger, you feel me? That's why this is very important, you feel me? Because a lot of people, when they hear that, you know, Esau came in and he was hungry and Jacob said, hey, sell me your birthright for this bowl of soup. They look at Jacob like Jacob was being shiesty or he was being wrong.
But you gotta remember, they was always beefing.
Yeah, and you gotta understand from the scripture, they were always fighting. They was at war even in her belly. You see what I'm saying? The Most High separated these two nations. You feel me? So that's why early in the scripture we say the elders shall serve the younger is so important, because this was great take place. Is why that scripture earlier was so important. You feel me? This was prophetic from the Most High. This is what the Most High wanted to happen. You know, Jacob wasn't, though Jacob did it, Jacob was acting in the will of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what the prophecy was to Rebekah when she was pregnant. She was told that the elders want to serve the younger. Keep going.
32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. Like, Esau is so weak. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know he ate the day before. You see what I'm saying? He's not about to die. He's so dramatic. He's so weak. Behold, I'm about to die, you know. You know, he's really starved to death. No, you're not. You see what I'm saying? But this is why I say he's a beast. He wants what he wants right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, he needs it right now. You know, he can't wait a few minutes, you know. Keep going up for sure.
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Oh, he said, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? So this birthright, this inheritance that was supposed to get passed down to him according to tradition in our nation. He said, to hell with it. What profit do I have of that? You know, I want that bowl, I want that red pottage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I need that red pottage right now. Forget that birthright.
Ain't doing me no good.
Yeah, ain't doing good. What is the birthright doing to me? You see what I'm saying? But that suit could do something for me right now. You see what I'm saying? That's because he lacks discipline. The white man don't care nothing about, he don't care about anything other than his own wants and desires. You see what I'm saying? It does not matter to him. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
33. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore to him. And he sold his birthrights unto Jacob.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright into Jacob. See, this is showing you, like right now he's selling his inheritance. He's selling his birthright to Jacob, to our forefather, you feel me? The progenitor of the 12 tribes of the nations of Israel. You see what I'm saying? He's selling his birthright at this point. And like this is one of those things where you really see the Most High, you see the honor that he has. Like you said, you'll be judged by every word that comes out of your mouth. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
For so long, the white man makes promises and he makes treaties with people. You see what I'm saying? And he breaks them.
Right.
And guess what? He profits from breaking his treaties with other people. You feel me?
But not this
But
one.
you know what? He ain't breaking this one. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If he could, he would. If he had the power to break this, he would.
Because he had every intention of lying. In his mind, he was straight lying to him. When it came down to getting it, he was going for it.
He in his mind, he's thinking that he's going to, just like he was cunning in the field, he think he's ready. Yeah, you can get this birthright, you feel me?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, well, give me that red pottage, you feel me? And he figured he's going to take it back because right now it's between him and Jacob. You see what I'm saying? No, this agreement was made before the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? The Most High is going to honor that. You know, and this is the one thing that Esau has been pissed off since then. You see what I'm saying? That's why every treaty that he made with the North American Indians, every treaty he's made with the so-called black man, you feel me? He's broken each and every last one of them. There's not one treaty, there's not one agreement, there's not one promise that he's made that he's kept.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the spirit of Esau, of Edom. This is the spirit of the white man. You see what I'm saying? They tell you one thing and they do something else because they feel like they had the power to do. But you're dealing with the Most High now. You feel me? You ain't taking this one back.
Right. 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Yeah. Now he mad. He ain't got his belly full now. Now he's mad at something, you know? He's ready to kill again. You see what I'm saying? He ate his red pottage. You feel me? Now he's ready for war again. You know, he just sold his birthright. He know it no longer belongs to him. He knows that this inheritance that his father is going to pass down is no longer his. But guess what? Still in his mind, he still wants to possess it somehow. You see what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't looking like, you know, I just sold my birthright, you feel me? He looking at it like this birthright is the reason that my brother gonna make me do this over some red pottage, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's how he's looking at it. Because he's thinking that he's still gonna get it back. Nah, this ain't happening, bro. Let me get Genesis 27. We're gonna start verse 29. We can really read this entire chapter, you know, and see what happened between, you know, when Isaac was blessing Jacob and Esau, giving them their blessings. You know, but I wanted to hone in on this point. That's why we start in verse 29. But if you could, you know, on your own time, you know, go back and read this entire chapter. It kind of explains what the blessings are, you know, because even though Esau didn't get the inheritance, he did get a blessing. You see what I'm saying? That's what's most important, because a lot of times people come up and be like, well, you mean to tell me that the white man he didn't get no blessings? No, he got a blessing, but he didn't get the inheritance. We got the inheritance. You see what I'm saying? So if I could, let me get Genesis 27, starting at verse 29.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
Let people. This is one of the prophecies he's given to Jacob, our forefather. He said, "Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee." You see what I'm saying? This is important. Like, these other nations out here, this goes right along with Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting the verse 1, where it says, "You keep my laws, statutes, commandments, you'll be above all nations." You see what I'm saying? All these nations are going to bow down to thee. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Be Lord over thy brethren.
Be Lord over thy brethren. Keep going.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. And in particular, what mother's son should bow down to thee? In particular, Esau. You see what I'm saying? Esau, which was his older brother, you feel me? He will bow down to us. The white man will bow down to Israel.
So when they say it's getting boot kiss in camp, this is why.
God. When you see us getting our boot kiss, this is so righteous. You see what I'm saying? This is from the Most High. This is from the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
Cursed be everyone that curseth thee.
Cursed be everyone that curseth thee. You feel me? Like, it's going to be a lot of nations. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want to serve and take order from a black man. You see what I'm saying? But you will. Point blank and period, you will take orders from a black man. You feel me? Because if you don't, curse shall thy be. Keep going.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee.
And blessed be he that blesseth thee. That's why the scripture said the Most High told the nation of Israel, I'll bless who bless you, and I'll curse who curse you. You feel me? That's why these nations are going to pay for what they're doing to us right now. You know, you got the East Indians, the Elamites. You see what I'm saying? You got the Chinese, the Moabites. You got the Japanese, the Ammonites. They're all throughout our communities right now. They're feeding off of us. They're feasting on us. You see what I'm saying? They are cursing us. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? They're going to pay for that as well. You see what I'm saying? Because you cursed us, the Lord is going to curse them. And they will be under the authority of black men, black, Hispanic, and Native American men. When I say black, I'm talking about everybody on this tribe, on this sign, this 12 tribe sign. You feel me? Not just the black man here. I'm talking about our Hispanic brothers, our Dominicans, our Haitians, our Isupk brothers. That's when I say black, that's what I'm referring to. Keep going, Brother Krishan.
Verse 30, and it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob.
So he right now, you could visually imagine this. You know, you got Isaac. He's, backdrop, Isaac was blind. He had lost his sight in his older age, So he's right now, he's blessing Jacob, you feel me? He's giving him the birthright blessing. This is the blessing that was supposed to go to, typically it would have went to the first son. It would have went to Esau, but it is going to Jacob, you feel me? Keep going.
And Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father.
So Jacob had got his blessing already. Jacob got his blessing and he got out of there. Keep going.
That Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting.
There you go, hunting again. You see what I'm saying? Hunting and killing, that's his pastime right now, you feel me? He just came back in from hunting and killing, Verse 31.
And he also had made savory meat.
And he had also made savory meat.
And brought it unto his father.
And brought it unto his father.
And,
keep going.
And said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me.
So now Isaac is coming in, and Isaac is he wants his blessing now. Salaki, it was Esau. Esau is coming in from hunting, and he wants that blessing now. You see what I'm saying? He wants the birthright blessing. This is because he came in, like even though he know that he made an agreement with his brother Jacob, and his brother Jacob honored that agreement, in his mind, he still was going to get that birthright blessing. You feel me? But guess what? The Most High had different plans. Keep going.
And Isaac, his father, said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau.
That's why he's saying, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau, because he's expecting to get that birthright blessing. Don't he know he sold it? You feel me? This is the typical white man. The typical white man, he'll tell you one thing, right? And then when you fulfill your end of the bargain, he's still going to try to take back something he was supposed to give you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what he does. This is the spirit of Esau. Like, the white man, even if you didn't know who these scriptures was talking about, when you read a lot of these accounts, in your mind, it resonates that, okay, this is the same thing white people do. White people say one thing and do something different. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how you know that Esau, like this is right now we're proving who Esau is in the Bible. We're proving that Esau is the white man that the Bible speaks of. Proving that Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of, the deceiver on the earth. You feel me? Drop that, Michelle. We're gonna go to the top, and we want to read about Rebecca and what she did. What she did to make this take place. You feel me? We want to start in let's start at verse 1. Let's get a background. I was just going to go into the blessings they was given Jacob, but let's get the backdrop too, because it's very important to understand what we're about to see. A lot of times people, like, a lot of times, you know, when people read this story, the first thing they say was, well, Rebecca, she did this, she deceived Isaac. You see what I'm saying? Like, they make it seem as if Rebecca was wrong for what she did. But if we go back to Genesis 25, Rebecca was given a prophecy. She was told that the elder should serve the younger. You see what I'm saying? What Rebecca was doing was not wrong. What she was doing was following the will of the Most High, which made her 1,000% correct in doing what she did. You see what I'm saying? She understood that Esau was the devil that the Bible spoke of. You see what I'm saying? And she loved Jacob. And not only did she just love Jacob, you feel me? She showed a lot of respect. When she went to inquire of the Lord, it doesn't say in specific who she inquired from. It doesn't say who she inquired from, but we know she inquired of the Lord, meaning she spoke to a priest and prophet. She heard this prophecy and she followed it through. You see what I'm saying? And that's important. That's important for women to hear as well. Because a lot of times a woman may hear something and it may come off as like, nah, I ain't feeling that. You know, sometimes it's hard for a woman to take order. You see what I'm saying? Because in this kingdom, our women have been raised to believe that they can do anything they want on their own accord. They don't have to answer to nobody. You feel me? But contrary to what this society has taught our women, the Most High tells our women to inquire of the Lord, meaning go to your husband, go to a priest and prophet of the Most High. And typically, like if your husband didn't have an answer, what he would do is he would go and he would inquire of a priest and prophet, and he would bring it back. But you know, could she go to a priest and prophet on her own? Absolutely. And the way she could go to a priest and prophet on her own, like a woman, like right now, a woman can be in class and she can have a husband. You know, but if Commanding General Yohana is teaching a class, or General Mahayaman is teaching a class, or any of the generals or any of the captains are teaching classes, anybody, and that woman raises her hand and asks a question, you see what I'm saying? Or she's seeking counsel on something, you feel me? She's inquiring of the Lord, though she may have a husband. Right here, it doesn't specify who she went to, but she inquired of the Lord, meaning that she went to a priest or prophet. That's very important for women to hear. You see what I'm saying? Because this goes against everything that this society has taught our people. That's why what Rebecca did was so heavy. So if I could, let's start in verse 1, Brother Michelle. 27.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am.
So Isaac, he's blind. His eyes have failed him right now. So he knows that his day is getting close, you feel me? So he's calling his son so he can give out his blessing. So typically speaking, the eldest will get the birthright blessing. That's why he's calling his son Esau right now, you know? But according to scripture, we know that Esau is not going to receive this birthright blessing. One, because the Most High prophesied it already. Two, because we know he sold his birthright already. You see what I'm saying? So we know he's not going to get it. Keep going.
And he said, behold, now I am old, and now not the day of my... And I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison.
So Isaac is telling Esau, because he's a cunning hunter, go out into the field, man, get me a nice buck, go get me some good meat real quick, you know. I want to sit down and eat some meat with you while I bless you. You see what I'm saying? This is what Isaac is doing right now, but he's blind. Old age is blinding him, and this is the command he's giving his son Esau. Keep going.
and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
Keep going.
Verse 5, and Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it.
All right, so now Rebekah had heard what Isaac just told his son Esau. So what's going to take place is of the Lord's will. You see what I'm saying? This is not the will of Rebekah right here. This is a prophecy that the Most High gave her. She just followed what she was been taught. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 6, and Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death.
Keep going.
Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee.
Now Rebekah is giving out an order right now. She's telling her son Jacob, this is what you're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Obey my voice. Listen to everything I'm going to tell you, brother. You know, and the thing is, this is also showing the love that we as Israelite men have for our mothers. You see what I'm saying? Like Jacob is going to listen to his mother. You see what I'm saying? Only thing is, we've been taught to hate our fathers in this kingdom. You feel me? Jacob loved his father, but he loved his mother as well. He listened to his mother. You understand? And this is very important too. Keep going.
Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence two good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. Verse 10. Verse 10, and thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death.
See, Rebekah is telling Jacob, this is what you're going to do. You go get these kid goats for me. I'm going to make them up just the way your father like it. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to receive this blessing. You won't get this blessing. You're going to fulfill this prophecy that I was given when you were fighting your brother in my womb. You see what I'm saying? This is what she's telling him. Keep going.
Verse 11, and Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man.
Esau, he's a hairy man, you feel me? Just like at birth, you know. Come out just looking like a wretched beast. You see what I'm saying? A wildebeest. You know, hair all over his body. That's why I say when the white man don't shave, this is how he looks. You see what I'm saying? Like, he ain't got like regular hair on him. You see what I'm saying? He's going to look like what's the caveman Neanderthals. You feel me? That's what he looks like in his natural state. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 12, my father peradventure will feel me, and he shall seem, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Now, right now, Jacob is nervous. He's like, listen, man, you know, I don't feel like my brother. You know, he's showing the proper respect. He said, listen, my father ain't stupid. He gonna feel my arm, and he gonna know that I ain't Esau, you feel me? Because I ain't got, 2 inches of hair on my arms, you feel me? I ain't got, I'm not a beast like him. I don't even smell like him, you feel me? Jacob knows this, you feel me? But Rebekah was prepared. Keep going.
Verse 13, and his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them.
Now, why was she speaking so definite right now? Like, she's speaking definite right now. Like, she has no fear of this curse that's supposed to come. You see what I'm saying?
She was given an order.
She was given a order, you see what I'm saying, from the Most High. She was given a prophecy. She knew something that Jacob did not know at that time, you feel me? She knew that Jacob was supposed to rule his brother Esau, you feel me? And if she did not do what she was doing right now, Esau would have been the same white man of the day in this situation, you feel me? He would have sold his birthright and still benefited from birthright blessings. if Rebecca didn't do what she was doing. She was following orders. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 14, and he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved.
Keep going.
Verse 15, and Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau.
She took good clothing, like, his clothes that he would wear in the field, You know the white man, when they want to go hunting, they got like a special suit that they want to wear, They got special clothing that they wear, unique and expensive clothing, She took one of his garments.
And it stinks. So all his
Yeah.
clothes stunk like him.
All of them things. Just like the field, you go roll around the backyard with your pit bull, you feel me? And it gives you a glimpse of what Esau smelled like. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kid of the goat upon his hands, and upon his smooth of his neck. Verse 7.
It says she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands. Like he came out carried like a beast. This is why we're saying it. Like if you cut an animal, his hair off, and put that on a person's skin. Like if this represents how Esau felt to the touch, you feel me? Like you imagine how hairy he had to be.
He felt just like a baby goat.
Yeah, like you go and touch a baby goat. Like if I rub my son's arm right now, you feel me? He ain't gonna feel like a baby goat. If I go and rub a baby goat and say, oh yeah, that's Esau, he's a beast. You see what I'm saying? Like this is the most I was bringing out, even during his birth. That's why I mentioned he was red and hairy all over, because it was to the extreme. You see what I'm saying? That's why that caveman and stuff like that, that's who he is. Keep going.
And she gave the savory meat and bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here I am. Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me.
Right now, Jacob is nervous, is all outdoors right now, But he's following the order from his mother as well. So like that's why it takes a soldier. It takes a soldier to serve the Most High, you feel me? Because you got to serve the Most High. You got to serve him because in a way in which you follow orders, even if the order you don't think it's going to benefit you the way you think it should, you still follow that order, because when the Lord is with you, the Lord is with you. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it's so important to understand who we are as a nation. Like our forefather right now is following orders. You see what I'm saying? This is what we're to do, follow orders. Even if it don't make sense to us, even if it's like, what he's doing right now, he knows his father not stupid. That's why he said in the earlier verse, like, he'll surely know him Esau and not be cursed, you feel me? But guess what? Yet he still followed that order, you feel me? And that's what we have to do as Israel. We got to follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments in his order. People.
And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me.
Yeah, Isaac knows something. Like, Isaac not no fool. Like, you went out and you killed that and brought that back already. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? The Most High was with Jacob. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is with Jacob. He's putting the words in his mouth. Keep going.
And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not.
Keep going.
And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because
they say he discerned him not, meaning like he didn't figure him to be Jacob at this point. You know, even though he was thinking like, man, that sounds like Jacob right here, you know. He didn't discern him at this point, meaning he had felt him, he had smelt him to the point where he's like, you know what, this is my son Esau, I'm gonna go with it. Keep going.
Because his hands were hairy, as his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him.
Keep going.
And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him. And he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank.
Yeah, here you go. See, this is what people perceive as deception on Jacob's part and getting his birthright. And that's why we was bringing out the earlier scriptures of, you know, the prophecy that the Most High put forth to Rebekah, you know, when she inquired of him, saying that the elder shall serve the younger. And not only that, Esau sold his birthright. So everything that just happened right here was of the Most High. You know, that's what we got to understand. Let me get, let's drop back down to verse 34.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry.
At this point, Esau, Isaac had told him, like, man, I just gave your birthright to your brother, you feel me? Now, though Esau sold his birthright, it said he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. If you know you sold your birthright already, what are you crying for?
Right.
He's crying because he intended, by all means, to take that birthright blessing as well. You see what I'm saying? Because he is the devil. You feel me? He already sold it. He knew he sold it already. So that's like you doing something. That's like you making a deal, and you understand the terms of the contract. But when it's time for you to pay your part of the or to fulfill your part of this contract, I can't do that, man. That's, you know, come on, that's too much, man. Like, come on, are you serious?
I ain't gonna be.
But you didn't. I ain't gonna be. Yeah, that's what he did. You know, it's like he didn't receive his red pottage because that's what he sold it for. He didn't receive his red pottage. He ate and his belly was full. But now he's crying with an exceedingly great cry. Why? Because he wants his birthright too. He wants the cake and eat it. He wants to eat it too. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the spirit of the white man. You know, he steals a country, you feel me? And then tell everybody else they're illegal immigrants. You see what I'm saying? This is the spirit of the white man. You know, the white man, he takes land. You know, you buy your house, but you can't pay your property taxes. He takes back your house, though all your payments have been made. You feel me? This is the spirit of Esau, the white man. You see what I'm saying? Keep going, Brother Bishop.
And said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father.
There you go. Bless me too. You see what I'm saying? He's so weak. Like, he's so weak, you feel me? Like, he's such a whore. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, he got the birth. Bless me too, Daddy. You see what I'm saying? He's so weak and soft. You feel me? Like, if he can't get something, if he can't squeeze a nickel out of that dollar bill, you see what I'm saying? He's ready to kill himself, but he's gonna kill everybody, then kill himself. You see what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the white man. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have, right now, he has the entire earth under his footstool right now. You see what I'm saying? You go to any continent on this earth, the white man rule. He's owning everything. You feel me? But yet he wants more. You see what I'm saying? Esau got his red pottage, didn't he? He got what he bargained for. Now you want the birthright blessing? Couldn't get that. Bless me further. Bless me, Father. You know, he's so weak. Such a crybaby hole. You see what I'm saying? But keep going.
And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing.
Thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. So did Jacob take away his blessing? Did Jacob suddenly, did he take away his blessing? Or did he sell his blessing? This is deception. This is his wordplay. You see what I'm saying?
This is why we call him the devil.
This is why we call him the devil. Because if you read this scripture, you believe that Jacob tricked him. No, Jacob put the deal on the table, sell me your birthright for this red pottage. You feel me? He didn't trick him. But he's saying, oh, he took it from me. He didn't take it, you sold it. You see what I'm saying? This is the devil in the Bible that we're speaking of. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of wordplay. Very deceptive. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of wordplay. You see what I'm saying? This is what we got to pay attention to when we're dealing with him, when we're talking to him. You see what I'm saying? Because he'll change one word and make something mean completely, make it mean like, he'll make something seem completely different with the changing of one word. You see what I'm saying? He's very cunning. It's going right along with the scripture. This is the Most High breaking down his characteristics. Keep going.
And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times.
Was he rightly named Jacob? So what does Jacob mean? What does the name Jacob mean? No. No. Supplanter. You know, that's what it means, supplanter. You know, that's why he said he's rightly named Jacob, for he has supplanted me these 2 times. You see what I'm saying? Like, to supplant meaning like, if I could explain it, you know that meme of like, got him. You know, that's Jacob, you know, like, got him. You see what I'm saying? Like, he took his place, right? He took his place. You know, that he took it because he sold it. You see what I'm saying? Like, he sold his birthright. I mean, what more can you say? Keep going.
He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing.
You see the deception in the way he speaks? Like, he speaks so cunning. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you never knew that the white man's the devil, and then you read this story, you'll see exactly why we call him the devil of the Bible. You feel me? He said he took my birthright. He took my blessing. You feel me? Jacob did neither one. Esau sold both. You see what I'm saying? And then he make it seem like they're two separate things. You feel me? Because he did receive a blessing. But that birthright blessing was one entity in itself. You see what I'm saying? He sold it for a bowl of red pottage. You feel me? Keep going.
And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
Keep going.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord.
I have made him thy Lord. You feel me? And this is what's to come for every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. You see what I'm saying? We are going to be the Lord to the white man. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, right now, this is his kingdom. You feel me? In the kingdom that's to come, that's going to be our kingdom, the Most High's kingdom. You see what I'm saying? He will bow to us. You feel me? He will do what we say upon request. You understand? Like, it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? This is why these classes are so important. You feel me? Because you're not going to get this information nowhere else. You're not going to get this in the Christian church. You're not going to get this in the Muslim mosque. You're going to get this at the Isupk. You feel me? If you're a brother or sister, you're online and you hear this, you feel me? You need to get into these classes, man. Isupk, you feel me? Under Commander General Yohana. If you go anywhere else outside of that umbrella, you feel me? You're not in the truth. You feel me? You will be deceived. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're not here, that means that you're following the white man. You see what I'm saying? That means that the white man, Esau, he's changed the word or two, you feel me? He's beguiled these other groups. You see what I'm saying? So you following and going into these other groups, all you're doing is proliferating white supremacy. You see what I'm saying? ISUPK is the home of the truth. Keep going for me, brother Michelle.
And all his brethren have I given to him for servants.
And all his brethren have I given to him for servants. Keep going.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him.
Meaning, like, listen, we gonna eat, we gonna drink. You see what I'm saying? This kingdom to come, we will never fall. You see what I'm saying? It ain't another kingdom coming behind us. You see what I'm saying? Like, we gonna rule this kingdom for the rest of eternity. You know, righteous, black, Hispanic, and Native American men. You see what I'm saying? We are going to rule this earth. You feel me? Esau will not rule this earth again. You see what I'm saying? And this is what the Lord has. This is what the Most High has in store for us, and this is why it's so important for us to come back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High set forth. You feel me? Like the Most High wants to give us all these things. You see what I'm saying? But because of what we're being taught right now by our Christian pastors and imams and these Christian and these Muslim mosques, you see what I'm saying? Like we're being taught to sin against the Most High, and that's keeping us in these same dire conditions that we've been in for so long. You see what I'm saying? That's why it is important to come back and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You're only going to learn that here at the ISUPK. Keep going, Brother Bishop.
And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
And Isaac, like, man, all right, I mean, what can I do? I done gave him the birthright, man. You gonna serve. Yeah, ain't nothing else I can do for you, but you know, I mean, I might give you something, you know.
I got some change left over or something.
Yeah, I got a couple coins I can throw your way or something like that, you know. Keep going.
And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Now he's trying to go to his father. You feel me? I mean, like you got to understand the spirit of the white man and understand how he was talking to his father. Do you only have but one blessing, my father? Like he was pissed off. You see what I'm saying? He's angry at Isaac right now. You only got one blessing? You supposed to be this great man of God? Do you only have but one blessing, Daddy? You see what I'm saying? He damn near probably was a great killer. You see what I'm saying? This is the spirit of Esau. You feel me? He don't get what he wants. People die. Keep going.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac,
it's like these next two scriptures is going to furthermore prove who Esau is in these scriptures. Keep going.
And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Fatness of the earth, meaning like he's going to live. He lives in the most plush lands. He lives in the most resourceful places. You see what I'm saying? He's getting the fatness of the earth. You see what I'm saying? He's getting the good part, so to speak. The where he can obtain wealth. Yeah, the gold and all the different minerals and stuff like that. And guess what? If he ain't got it, guess what he's going to do? He's going to take it. How is he going to take it? Keep reading. Verse
and
4.
by the sword shalt thou live.
And by the sword shalt thou live. You feel me? The white man loves his weapons. You see what I'm saying? He loves to kill. He's been like this since he came out. You see what I'm saying? The scriptures called him a cunning hunter. He's making weapons for a very long time. Keep going.
And shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
When it say that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. When did this occur? Esau is going to break the yoke off his neck. When did this occur? Remember, this is Jacob. Pretty much Jacob, like he's going to be serving. When did Esau pretty much break the yoke that Jacob had on his neck? Go over them.
It was after the 1,000 years of our reign. Was it the first?
What was
That's
that?
when
What was that period
That
called?
was,
Like
that was the dark age.
they called what?
That was the dark age. That was the Renaissance.
The Renaissance era. There you
Renaissance
go.
era. Yeah.
That's when they started painting all the whitewashing all the pictures and stuff like that. All of the prominent black men in pictures and stuff like that. They started painting them white. The color of Christ was changed. All these things started taking place during that time period. You feel me? So another thing, we're gonna drop this right now. We're gonna get more. We're gonna get more into why Esau has to pay. Like, what is it that he has to pay? Like, why do we go at the white man so much? You feel me? Like, there's a lot of people. Like, what I'm saying seems like it's common knowledge amongst our people. We know what white people have done to us. We know what white people continue to do for us. But you'll be so surprised that when we go out to camp, it ain't the white people coming up against us. It's our people coming up against us. Y'all niggas is crazy. How you always worried about the white man. You see what I'm saying? It's always our people who come up against us. You see what I'm saying? Hey, white person ain't bad, you feel me? Hey, white person ain't do nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? This is our people saying this, you feel me? We ain't saying, it ain't us who said that Esau gotta pay, you feel me? It's the Most High who said that Esau gotta pay. Do we hate Esau because of the color of his skin? Lie. No, we do not. It's because of the crimes that he's committed against our forefathers and our foremothers, against our children, against our brothers and sisters still to this day. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's because of his crimes, and we're going to get this in the scriptures. These ain't our words, you feel me? Let's prove it. Let's go to Obadiah. You got that,
Yeah. Obadiah what?
Obadiah 1 and 1.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. Who is Edom? Oh, damn right. The white man. That's who Edom is. What's another name for Edom? Esau. That's right. We got this in scripture. You feel me? We just went on. Good job. Keep going.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye.
And so like it said, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Who is this ambassador that was sent among the heathen? See right here, the scripture said, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye. Who is this ambassador? Just for time's sake, it was the Egyptian president, Nasir. Look his name up. The Egyptian president. He was the Egyptian president. Nasir, I forgot his last name, but he said there will never be peace. There will never be peace in the Middle East because the Jews left black and they came back white. You feel me? Oh, you feel me? They say the Jews left black and they came back white. This is what this Egyptian president said. You feel me? That's why he said it'll never be peace in this land. You see what I'm saying? That was that ambassador that was sent. I think this was like in 52.
Even Hitler said, that's why he burnt. He burnt. The white people said, since y'all wanna
Be black.
claim to be black, I'm gonna burn you. I'm gonna make you black like you, something like
Oh,
that.
God, right. You see what I'm saying? They know.
They did a deal.
And you know how they know? They still have their records. You see what I'm saying? Like, we lost our records. We don't have our history.
We don't know.
We don't know. But these other nations, they do know. They still got their records intact. They know who the true Jews are. You feel? That's why if you look at everybody on these signs, in each and every last one of these nations, it's nothing but oppression occurring. Each and every last one of these nations right here on this 12 tribes chart is being oppressed. Like, if you take a group of oppressed people, you feel me, who need you for everything, why do you gotta keep your foot on that neck? They keeping the foot on our neck, you feel me, because they understand who we are. They understand that we return to the power that we should be under, that they will fall, you feel me? So they gotta continuously oppression. They gotta, because what has oppression traditionally done for our people? What do oppression cause our people to do? It gets us strong, but follow me with this. Like, if you take a group of oppressed people, what do it typically cause them to do?
Break laws.
Break laws. They cause us to sin against the Most High, you feel me? And they understand that because they know who we are. They understand that we're the 12 tribes. And if we return back to our higher, to the Most High, and start keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, you feel me? They understand that their kingdom will fall. So they got to continuously oppress us. You see what I'm saying? They understand this. Keep reading from the book of the show.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Let us rise up against her in battle. Keep on.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
And that's the thing. No one likes him. No one likes the white man. Like, if you go anywhere on the face of this earth, you know, and you can get a person to speak candidly off camera and they're not being recorded, they hate the white man. You see what I'm saying? Everyone recognizes the wickedness that he brings. You see what I'm saying? Like, there has been no land. If you see white people in it, there has been bloodshed. You feel me? If you look at what we just read in Genesis 27, it said that Esau was blessed with, it said, you shall live by the sword. You feel me? Everywhere he goes, he brings his sword with him. You feel me? He swings it. You see what I'm saying? Christianity has been spread by what? The sword. You see what I'm saying? Islam, which is another, even though it's Islam, is another form of Christianity. It's been spread by what? It's been spread by the sword. You see what I'm saying? This is the spirit of the white man. Keep going.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Now, I don't know how much more simple we got to make it. You see what I'm saying? Who loves the cave? Who loves being high in the air? You see what I'm saying? Like, the white man is known for being in caves. He loves to be up in planes, you know, 80,000 feet above the ground. We do not like that. You see what I'm saying? We like foot on the ground. If you go to any building, you look at the tallest part of that building, guaranteed it's a white man who lives in it. You feel me? He loves being high. He loves being in mountains. He loves being on top of things. You see what I'm saying? Awesome. It was a pool on the roof. There you go. They swim on roofs. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. Damn, not even buildings. He's trying to live on Mars right now. You feel me? Keep going.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
He said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Who gonna stop this? Trump said he created a space force. He said he created him a space force. You feel me? And he this ain't joking. He want a fully equipped space force. You feel me? What do you need a space force for? Because he's preparing to fight against the Most High. You feel me? Because he feel like, man, he ain't gonna bring me down. You see what I'm saying? This is who we're speaking of right now. Keep going.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Let's break this eagle bird down. You feel me? Let's look at all the nations and all the kingdoms that this eagle has come from. Now, we know that right now, the bird that represents America is what? The eagle. The bird that represented Rome was what?
Yeah.
The eagle. The bird that represented Greece and all these empires, Great Britain, was what?
Yeah.
The eagle. You see what I'm saying? There's no difference. The Most High is telling you who the deceiver who Esau is on the face of this earth to this day. But
Even the Third Reich. Remember, they used to use the three eagles.
yeah, all of them, they all Esau. They from different parts, but they all Esau. Keep going.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And though thy set thy nest amongst the stars, that's why they're trying to go to different. They trying to go out of space right now. They trying to, yeah, they space stations and stuff like that. They trying to live in Mars. They trying to go to Jupiter.
They say, said it, that's the only person that ever did that was the white man, putting this flag on the moon.
Cut on tongue.
And so that lets you know.
And
right
guess
there.
what? He couldn't even do that by himself without the sisters.
Right.
Like he couldn't figure a way to get himself to the moon. But without our sisters, he wouldn't have got there. You feel me? You see what I'm saying?
That's why it's undeniable who it is, who we're talking about, because he said, though you set your nest upon the stars, he's the only person that ever did that.
Yeah, he's the only person that's been to space. You see what I'm saying?
That set his flag on another planet.
Not only set his flag on another planet, he's been on other planets. So he went to Mars and say he found a molecule of water. It was like, oh, life exists here. You see what I'm saying? They won't let a black man, a black astronaut, go up into space. They ain't having that. You see what I'm saying? They the only ones who want to take glory for that. You feel me? Because they are Esau. You feel me? Like, if all these examples that we've been going over today does not prove to you who Esau is in this Bible, like, good night. You feel me? It's like, I don't know if I can.
It's a denial.
Yeah, I don't know if I can help. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's undeniable proof of who Esau is. Keep going, Brother Kishore.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. See, the thing is, they want to fight against the Most High. You see what I'm saying? They will not succeed. They got all these doomsday preppers and stuff like that. They got, cities underneath the ground. They hide in the middle of deserts and stuff like that, fully functioning homes under the ground and stuff like that. The Most High is going to bring them down. They can go into the Mars all they want to and feel like they're going to escape this punishment. You feel me? The Most High will go there and get them too. You feel me? Keep going.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off?
Keep going.
Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Like if thieves came to you and they came to rob you, you feel me? Like they would take you till they had enough, you feel me? This bastard takes more than what he needs. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not good enough for him to steal, what he needs, you feel me? He's got to take everything. He's got to take it all. You see what I'm saying? He's a greedy bastard. You see what I'm saying? Like, he stole a country, put the people out who were in the country when he came here, and he calls them illegal immigrants. How much of a greedy bastard can you be? You feel me? He has whole cities that's unoccupied right now. Like if you look at all the grassland, and you ever been driving? It's like, oh, stay seated, man. You ever been driving like on a highway and you see nothing but trees on both sides of the road? You see what I'm saying? Now they'll say, we need the trees for clean air and we gotta make it green, until they have a need. When they have a need, all them trees are coming down. You see what I'm saying? They don't give a damn about green air, you feel me? They'll make it up some other how, because they're greedy, you feel me? They want everything. They don't want no one else to have anything. This is the spirit of the white man. Keep going.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, the grape gatherers came, like, wouldn't they leave a little bit? Wouldn't they leave some scraps? Not the white man. He's taking it all, you feel me? Keep going.
How are the things of Esau searched out?
How are the things of Esau searched out? This is a heavy scripture too, because right now we just searched out all the characteristics of Esau. Or a lot of them at least. We searched out his mannerisms. We searched out the manner of people he is, you feel me? We searched out how deceptive he can be, how cunning he can be, you feel me? Like we searched these things. Also, you have a question?
If God knew the way people were going to do all these bad things, why did he make them?
The scriptures say that he's created some for destruction. You see what I'm saying? The only reason the white man is as strong as he is because we sinned against the Most High. And the Most High sent him against us to punish us for the crimes that we committed against him. You understand? Some people, he said he's created vessels of honor and vessels of destruction. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you look at animal kingdom, right? You got the gazelle and you got the lion. The lion is going to chase that gazelle down, you feel me? One was made to be a predator, one was meant to be prey. You see what I'm saying? It's a natural balance. It's a natural balance of things. So Esau, his whole purpose of being created was to punish us. He was used as a whipping stick because we went against the Most High. You feel me? Because we stopped keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. But here's the thing: they did more to us than what the Lord told them to do. They took the wickedness above and beyond what the Most High said was allowed. You see what I'm saying? And this is why they want to pay. Keep going, Brother Deshaun. What's the question?
How are his hidden things sought up?
Keep on.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Like, how heavy is this? Like, how heavy is this? Like, you know, this seems like you're talking about America right here. Instead of just a regular person, like, instead of just Esau. If you don't know anything about scripture, if you just chiming in right now to this class and you start hearing about confederacy, you start hearing about the eagle, you see what I'm saying? You start hearing about set your nest amongst the stars. You think, oh, goddamn, are they talking about America? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how plain the Most High has made it. So, like, for those who wonder why we call out Esau and we bring to light the things that he is doing to our people, and we call him the devil that the Bible speaks of, and we put the blame on him for what our people are going through and how we're suffering and how we're oppressed. When our people come up against us and they want to know why we do it, this is why we do it. You see what I'm saying? This is why we call the white man the devil. This is why Esau is the white man, because all these scriptures we've been through is giving you the characteristics of who Esau, who the white man is. You see what I'm saying? It is absolutely undeniable. Keep going.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Keep going.
And prevailed against thee. That they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
There is no understanding in him. You see what I'm saying? Like, you ever go trying to plead your case to a judge, and it's like, you know you at the mercy of the judge. How many people seen the Meek Mill thing? You seen the Meek Mill thing, and you see how this judge, like, she's a black judge, but despite her being a black judge, right now, all she is a vessel of white supremacy, you feel me? She's just a black face that's pushing the agenda of the white man, you feel me? And when you go, there is no understanding in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, especially if you get in front of a white judge, you know, it's like everything that you say to them, they don't resonate with it, you feel me? Because they are a different manner of people. These ain't my words. This is what we read in Genesis 25. It's two nations in thy womb, you feel me? It's two manner of people that's going to be separated from their bowels, from thy bowels, you feel me? You go and there's no understanding to him. That's why it's hard for us to sit there and you can't really rationalize with the white man. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's no rationalizing with him, because at the end of it, you can do all the crying, you can try to appease him all you want to. You know what's going to happen? He's going to take whatever anger that he's had in his life, he's going to take it out on you. You feel me? Because he hates us. You feel me? We've been fighting in the womb since inception. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? This is the Most High's doing. The Most High wants us to keep fighting against him. How are we to fight against him? Are we to fight against him physically? No, we ain't supposed to fight against him physically, but we are supposed to fight spiritually. How do we fight spiritually? Come to class. You see what I'm saying? Instead of eating that pork and that shrimp and that crab for lunch, you see what I'm saying? Go and get you a chicken sandwich. You see what I'm saying? Like, love your brother, you feel me? Love your brother. Do not keep Christmas. Keep the commandments. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't celebrate 4th of July. Do not stand for the national anthem. You see what I'm saying? These are the ways that we fight against Esau to this day. You feel me? And guess what? We're grabbing his heel as we speak. You know why? Because his kingdom is about to fall, and our kingdom is about to reign. You feel me? With the Most High. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Madam. We'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Madam for the reading of the security announcement.
We are the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashera. Tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Preach fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up in Holy Convocation. Remind Akim and Aquakim to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf.
With that,
It's like, just to add on, we do have the memorial blowing up trumpets coming up in September, and
ISUPK cookout in New York.
yeah, the ISUPK, we got the Harlem cookout this weekend, the 31st up in Harlem, New York. You know, if you can try to get up there early, because traffic will be a little congested this weekend, being that it is Labor Day weekend. So just kind of like, if you could get up there a day ahead of time, you know. And with that,
One courtesy salute to the teacher.
One courtesy salute to the teacher.
Men of Israel.
Israel, rise.
Mighty.
Mighty.
Mighty Shabbat.
Mighty Shabbat.
Barak.
Barak.
Now by Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah.
Saw, face the system. Men of Israel. Mighty. Rise, sister. Mighty Shabbat. Barak. Now Shema Atah by Shem Yahshua. Yahweh. Class dismissed.